Welcome to Millionaire Agents Secrets, uncovering the hidden gems to help you become the next $1 million agent. And here's your host, Milton Player.
Welcome to Millionaire Agents Secrets. I have with me today Namir Mikha from Bell at Newtown. He's been in that agency for over a decade, performing amazing sales tasks and absolutely killing it there. How are you, Namir?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Yeah, really well, really well. So how's life?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Just, kids and family and clients and open houses and just 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. And you've just been to a great seminar you were talking about before?
Yeah, just finished a 3-day, absolutely crazy days at the $1 Million Bootcamp with Aaron Sansoni there. The first day was started at 7 a.m. and finished at 12:30 a.m. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah, he keeps going. He doesn't stop.
Like energy. He's like, no tomorrow. Crazy boy.
Exactly. And what gems did you get out of it?
Yeah, look, it was more about the structure. Is after being 15 years in the business, you pretty much forget some things that I learned, and was more recapping on clients, negotiation, more to the structure, because I'm a really structured person. Yeah. It's all about the structure. It's not about how to list stuff properly. It's more about understanding how to deal with different clients and different buyers. And so it was quite an interesting program. Went to a lot of depth, but probably I forgot half of it. So it's a lot of study backward. Now I have to recap on all of it. But it was interesting. It was very different, because I've been through Josh Fegan, I've been through Lee Woodward. I've done all the training with all these guys. More intense about a specific programs, specific depth of understanding the human and how they work and how the movement and stuff like that. So a little bit different than your Josh Fegan and Lee Woodward. Nothing wrong with all of them. It's just very different approach to it.
Yeah, so it's always exciting to do that. Can you give us a 90-second wrap on yourself so the audience out there can learn more about you?
Absolutely. So I'm from Middle East, a little country called Iraq, south of Iraq, Basra. Been through a lot there, a couple of wars and stuff like that. I ran out of the country in 1991 to Jordan, from Jordan to Greece. From Greece, fell in love with a beautiful Australian girl, and we've been married here for the last 22 years. Excellent. 2 boys, 10 and 13, crazy boys. Myself, I came here with no English, so I worked in a factory as a cleaner, and my vision was to own 10 suits. Nothing to do with work, but that was my success, 10 suits. So I studied PC and network support. I studied English. I studied personal training. I've done everything. And my first job was in insurance, selling door to door. And from there, 3.5 years, I went to selling computers. And in 2000, I joined Ray White in Redfern, in the West area, in the city. From there, I jumped to McGrath for about 5.5 years and joined Bell. And from Bell, I took a bit of an adventure to go into my own business. I built a company of lane centers for 2 years. And from there, I sold off my shares and gone back to Bell Property. So that's my journey in real estate. That's in 15 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I like what you say about how your goal was to get, was it 10 suits you said?
10 suits.
Yeah.
It was a very different goal, but I wanted to, I always had a vision to look good. I love being suited up, looking good. And coming from Middle East, obviously we have these things called dishdasha. It's like a male dress. Yeah. You have the things on the top, and going from that to a suit, I always loved that sort of lawyer look and the CEO look, and I wanted to go to that level. And definitely real estate, you always go look good 24/7.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly. But the thing I got mostly about it is with a vision or a goal. They're saying one of the big mistakes people make is they're too general. See, that was nice and specific. So when you have an exact goal, you know what you're heading for. Like when you're trying to lose weight, if you just say I want to lose weight, you're not specific enough. You need to say the exact number that you want to get to, et cetera, et cetera. So obviously you achieved your goal.
Look, yeah, obviously had more suits because, I get fat, I get skinny, I get fat, I get skinny. And it's an excuse. I always tell my wife, I'm fat, I got to get another suit. I'm skinny, I got another suit. Yeah. That's the only way I can convince my wife I'm actually replacing the old suits. But definitely, one thing how my head worked is I'm always been a system person. Yeah. I'm a black or white person. It's very, very hard to be in the gray area. And it actually absolutely helped me, because a lot of people, like for me, a lot of people said, oh, war would have been like really traumatic for your brain. It is. However, it taught me the discipline, the being a checklist person, and it absolutely helped me how to sort of plan my week, day, month, year. And my first boss in real estate said to me, look at 10 years where you want to be and work backward. That was the best thing he ever said to me. Mm-hmm. That's the planning to it. So yes, I can look at the negative of what happened in my life and childhood, but you got to turn around to how is it going to help you in the future?
Yeah, reverse engineering. Well, it's funny how they say you almost need to have some sort of background where you had to do it tough, where you learnt the heart, how to graft, and that you can appreciate what you have. Because when you're privileged, you tend to just expect things, and that doesn't help you, because that makes for a lazy mind and lazy body, doesn't it?
You know what? It's interesting. This morning I said to my son, he was complaining about T-shirts. I said, why don't you, it's funny, he's 11. I said, listen, son, why don't you just wake up in the morning and just say, I'm Catholic, but I'm not super religious yet. But I said, why don't you say, God, thank you for a beautiful life. Mom and dad still together. I got a brother. I got a dog. I got a cat. I got this. Why don't you just appreciate that? But it's tough. Unless something happened in the past, you won't appreciate it. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big mistake. How's your structure? So do you have a PA with you? What's your team like around you?
So the team will be absolutely. So I'm blessed at Bell here. They provide, which is called the Essential Service Department, which does all the admin and marketing for the listings. My immediate team is more, it's my admin, because running a database of 980 clients in it, it's not that easy. And also past client buyers. And so I got more an assistant help with admin. In terms of the buyer agent, I haven't got to that level at the moment because I'm running about 3 or 4 listings a month. Yeah. I wanted to sort of slow down on listing, but increase my commission and my income. Okay. Super service versus big numbers. Yeah. And low commission. Yeah.
That's interesting. And how's your market there? Is it still fantastic down there in Sydney?
Look, the numbers are down. Market is always market. So, yes, it is fantastic. There's buyers and there's sellers. The numbers are down. However, is the beauty about it, if you're active agent, you will find people. That's basically it. If you're inactive and you never call, it's going to be hard knowing people. So from day one, always been drop letters, making sure the streets, making sure that people know me. Listing comes up, I'll call the street. Listing sells, I call the street. You got to get permission. You can't just call. Sure. Some people are going to like it. Some people are not going to like it. But I'm in front of people constantly. Social media, yes. That's what I love about social media. You can reach without being too crazy about it or tired about it, because the reach about it is phenomenal. So yes, the market is great. We're running a few listings at the moment. We've got some auctions happening. It's all good. Whether it's 1 listing or 10 listings, it's all good because you're doing an open house and you're meeting clients.
Yeah, and what would you say your average sale price is?
15 years ago, about 500 to about 1.1 million now.
Right, so average about 1.1 million.
Yes.
It's a very active market, Newtown, isn't it? It's a real happening place.
It is active. And I focused on areas that have big numbers, not doing big suburbs, but if a suburb has, let's say, 30 sales a year, you're not going to survive. So I focus on suburbs that have 250 sales a year. Right. Even though with a low number, when you capture 2-3 suburbs, you almost have about 700 sales between them a year. units and houses, and he said, if I can have 10% of that, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. So how do you market yourself to them? Do you prospect to them? Do you door knock? Do you use the social media like you were mentioning before as the mainstay?
Number one is I never door knocked in my life. And
Right.
it's funny because I was door knocking at an insurance. Yeah.
Mm.
And from that, I had some bad experience. Some guy running after me for no reason with a knife. I said, look, I don't want to do this anymore. That was hilarious. Insurance, not real estate.
Yeah.
I'm always being a mail draw, just listed, just sold. I do cold calls. Now it's very hard with everything is like private numbers or do not call register. But I had the luck of building my database. And I do my own drops. I wake up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. And I target about 10 streets. That's my cardio before the gym.
Yeah.
And then the gym at 6. And that I will know every house, what's happening with it, whether it's a painting, whether it's, a dumping or a garage, or whatever it is. And I target those individuals. I don't knock the targeted properties, but I run door to door to door. So a combination of letters, open for inspections, social media. Boosting in Facebook is phenomenal. Just boost it and boost it and boost it. And Instagram and the past clients. Get permission and keep calling them of what's happening. Not to the point that you annoy them, because you don't want to call them every day. You want to call them once. And my current clients, I do monthly market report. Now we're going to start doing mid-month video reports.
Yeah, mid-month video reports. That sounds good. So do you have a particular selling formula or strategy? So someone lists a property with you. Do you do something that's quite unique, quite innovative? Like you were mentioning, Facebook boosting is extremely good, which I agree with 100%, and the social media. Is there anything else in the strategy that you use that's innovative or different? In
a way, have you seen the movie called Any Given Sunday?
No, I haven't.
It's with Al Pacino, and he said one thing. He said, in a game, I mean, anything is like a game. In a game, every inch counts. Real estate is the same thing. There's no one magic formula. It's your open for inspection. It has to be 6-star service. It has to be, because when people come in, a lot of agents look amazing in front of a seller, but when a buyer comes in, they're grumpy, they had a bad day, whatever it is. And that really convey to a bad agent. Open for inspection. After the open for inspection, follow up midweek. So the buyer, I'll be contacting the buyer if they're interested. Is about 15 times in a month. 15 times I'll talk to that buyer if he's interested in that property. So I'm always with them, feed them information, because the rules are after 15 conversation, the trust is there. So that's the formula. In terms of the reach, we all use the internet and the domain, but having a marketing background, that's what really helped me. And having my gorgeous wife being a graphic designer, and she taught me about what to look for in the photos, just that little things like, every inch counts. Having a personalized property website, and also having the reach in the local area. If you know your local area, if you have a 3-bedroom house, you know who's going to come from a 2-bedroom house. You know that. And they'll pay a lot of money because they want to hang it into the area. So that's what I've been blessed with. I know the houses, I know the owners, and I know what's happening in the area. And I got valuers calling me to give them ideas about prices. Now that's great. I love that one.
Yeah, that is fantastic. That's what you need for sure. And that movie you were talking about, that's the one where he was a coach, isn't that?
Correct.
Correct. Coach. Yeah, I've heard about that movie. Yeah, I've heard amazing things about that movie.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. It's whether, as I said, a game or a movie or Suits, the series of Suits. They're solicitors, but the negotiation about it is phenomenal. How you pause, how you close. And it does help a lot into a sales world position, whether you're selling cars, houses, whatever it is. It's going to come down to how the language you use, not only respect, but it's just how you work with the negotiations.
Well, talking about negotiation, have you got a particular style or certain strategy or technique that you use with that when you're negotiating with clients?
It's not about negotiation. To me is, I understand, okay, so if you really love this property, what do you love about it?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone wants to be sold on the dream. I mean, if I love the car I bought, I mean, I bought a car, and when I drove that car, or when my finance happened, I was just like in a meltdown, going, this is amazing, this is the best thing ever happened to me. And that salesperson helped me getting to that reach.
Yeah.
I wanted that product. So if the client loves the property, the negotiation is not about, I'm going to have to get the best price, because that's the auctioneer's job.
Mm-hmm.
But my position is getting them to the auction day. They love the property. And the most important thing, they talk to me on an auction. They don't tell me to go away because I've dealt with them in a bad situation or didn't help them. At the auction, they'll go ahead. Again, that's the auctioneer. But in terms of, we have a for sale strategy, like I sold something off market.
Mm-hmm.
The strategy is you can't just show one buyer, and because they're not going to give you the best price. So I called 13 buyers out of the database that I know, came, looked at the property, and sold it massive money. But the negotiation was that I put, the property was worth 1.7, I put 2.1 million asking price.
Mm-hmm.
They had up 1.93 million they bought it for, because you can't negotiate up off market. You have to have a competition. So that was my strategy: boost it up and work backward.
Okay, yeah, because you guys have had an advantage with that, because there's been a huge amount of influx of buyers wanting to buy in Sydney, haven't there? It's been a real boom for quite a while. Are you still getting a lot of Chinese buyers, things like that, really interested in buying still, or has that dropped off?
A lot of people talk about Chinese buyers, but it's interesting. I actually interviewed some international Chinese buyer agency, because I wanted to understand how the Chinese work. And I do have one of my teams that will help me with translating, because it's really important. They have a culture.
Yeah.
And the culture is very hard for us to understand, Chinese culture. And I have one of my part-time PAs is Chinese. When I need them, they come with me to the appraisal, to the open house, whatever it is. And it worked out the Chinese buy big properties. Always big. Mm-hmm. And I have a Chinese buyer who are looking to spend about 7 million in the West. There's not many properties for 7 million because it's in the West, but I found them a price for 5 million. Whether that deal going to go ahead or not, but it's irrelevant. But there's one opportunity there. But most of the properties we sell, there is an Asian market to it, but a lot of them are actually living in Australia, not an international one, unless it's a very big property or special property.
Yeah, understood. All right. No, that's interesting. So what are you finding is the demographic, are the prices still getting pushed up there, do you think? Because there has been a lack of stock in Sydney for the last year, hasn't there? Which has slowed things down for all the agents from a profit point of view.
Correct. Yeah. So look, at the moment, I see a lot of properties actually getting passed in, withdrawn from auction. It's interesting, very interesting, but not a lot. However, yes, if the product is amazing and 2 or 3 buyers really wanted it, they'll go for it. Yep. And we're finding 10, 15, 20, 30% go up. I mean, you sold the unit in Camperdown. It went 580 grand above reserve.
Yeah.
500 for 2-bedroom apartment, not 3-bedroom, not 4-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 1.835. It's crazy. But it was something really unique about it. It was like a mini warehouse. So stuff, product like that, yes, will go. On the other side, I mean, there's product getting passed in because that agent overpriced it. It's just going to come down to the pricing philosophy.
Yeah.
From day one, if the product is amazing and price well, will sell. It will sell above.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Now, let's put you in a listing. You're in a listing. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you say, do, act, techniques you have that makes you stand out, that you think, yes, that'll always win the business, where the sellers always love certain things that you say or do, or your strategies? Let me know more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, going back to the every inch count. So there's a few things we talk about. Having a marketing background, understand how to reach and have a photo of a touch point. Because marketing is a transferring of feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2 is having everyone says I have a database, but actually, before I go to an appraisal, I truly have buyers. It doesn't have to be a lot; it can be 1 or 10 or 30 buyers that look in specific in that street that I know of, and I have their story. So, for example, a family of 2. My kids go into this area, and they're looking at this type of homes, and this is the price bracket they're looking at. They've been looking for some time. So it's a journey of that buyer, and that way to me, because everyone says I have a database. I learned that from day one, yeah. But my database is small, and it's actually precise and active. Obviously personalized website, but some clients understand that, some clients don't understand that. It's like an address for the property. I love my videos because videos, how can you sell something with a photo? You can't have, okay, if the sunshine is coming this way, videos brings things to life. So I love my videos, and I do sell videos. Other things is really, I work with an amazing brand. It's a unique brand. It's elegant, and it's not many offices it's not in every suburb office. Yeah. So that's the uniqueness about it. It's associated with the Bell Design magazine, which is more a lifestyle magazine. So it brings that different elegant to it, to the lifestyle style. We all offer the same thing in the domain and BL cards. Our brush is a little bit different, but I don't really sell myself off the brochure. So more really the accurate, the correct buyer database, and the reach, the video reach. And I talk a lot about, how the video search, how the Google search, and really because we're very savvy on the internet, and we got to understand how we can find your property out of another 10 or 30 or 50 properties. That's really important.
Yeah, how to make it stand out. So are you finding the video gets more people there, or are you finding that it just gets more quality people?
The video gets people. Number one, I'm a great believer, regardless where it is, the culture is people don't like salespeople because they believe they're pushy. It's a culture.
Yeah.
I find the video break the ice down between me and the buyer. It breaks the ice down because they saw my face, they saw how I react. I'm easygoing on the video, and I just told them about this property. I didn't sell them the property, I told them. So a lot of people come to me and say, we really like your video. And I said, what do you like about it? Look, it's not too pushy. It's not about you. It's about the property. But you generally talk from your heart about it. So I'm looking at even including my vendor sometimes in it or not. It depends on their sensitivity of being on camera.
Yeah.
But that's what the video does. It breaks the ice between the agent and the buyer. That's really important to me.
Yeah. And so obviously the person you employ to do your videos also does your photos. Is that how you set that up?
My videos are individual. I like young people who can see things differently, because if I'm selling an apartment, you're not going to have a 40, 50-year-old person come and buying it. If I'm selling a grand home, different videographer, because I want them to focus on more different, elegant, or different reach to different buyers. So I have to work with the video, which property it is. So I have about 2 different companies or 3 different companies I use, but I really gel with the guys because they know my style. Yeah. I can go there and just guide them. Then I'll leave my PA there and I move on.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. So how do you, because obviously you're very busy down there because you're in real estate sales, so you're always busy. How do you manage your time with your family and everything like that?
So it is, and it is tough. It is tough. So a lot of my market is young families. That means kids young, bath time, dinner time. So if I usually pump the appointment at 8 o'clock, that allows me to have dinner with my boys. So Monday dinner, Thursday I'm with the boys, Friday night, Saturday night. I don't go out and because my family really important to me. If I have a client meeting, it will be like 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I have dinner with my kids. My gorgeous wife, twice a month, we go out on Saturday night and have dinner outside and have the kids maybe sent to my mom. And the other 2 weekends is more family dinner. That's really important too, because the boys are growing. They need dad a lot now. Where before the little ones are growing, got to be home, but now it's that testosterone, that sort of growth in them. My 13-year-old taller than me. He's about 176.
Right.
So it's a lot of energy and a lot of expansion in the body, as his mind maybe has expanded. So that's really important. So if I make an appointment, like, yes, we do help in houses, but 2-3 days a week, I have to have dinner with the family. Really important to me, and to them too.
Yeah, no, I agree. Tell me the story when you realized you were really good at this.
Coming from an Arabic country, is hospitality is number one. And that's number one. And if you look at the airlines at the moment, you got business class Qantas, you go business class Air Singapore, but you go business class, Etihad, it's a different experience. And it might sound cheesy when you say, I like helping people, but what's really, if you dig hard, why am I helping them? Because when I came here, no one helped me.
Right.
And I worked my guts off to be where I am. And I wanted, when people look at something like a product, a house, it's not about buying that house. It's what does it mean to them? What it means to their kids, what it means to their kids' friends, what it means to the dad and mom. Are they close to school? Are they close to whatever it is? How can I see these guys and say every day, Namir, thank you so much for helping us. That's the dream home, because my kids love their being so close to their friends.
Yeah.
That's what really wakes me up in the morning versus, hey, let's make a commission, let's make this and move on. And that's why I get repeat business. We just had a closing client, rang me, no negotiation on the commission, no negotiation on the marketing, pretty much got the business. But the funny thing about them is they're packing up and going around Australia.
Oh, wow.
Now, they're over the reserve. I got them, allowed them to buy more, allowed them to buy something different, something extra to take with them, a little bit more expensive trailer, a little bit more expensive car, a little bit more expensive this, to allow them to really enjoy that 6 months. Now, that's a lot. Then if it says, hey, you know what, I got 150 grand above reserve. What does that mean to the owner rather than what this means to me? So when I found myself good about it is when I really started getting my first sale, when I teared with the buyer, tearing together. I'm going, gee, Arab men don't cry, but that was really when I'm going, you know what, I really like this. It's not been an easy journey. Don't get me, wrong. It's nothing easy in life.
Yeah.
But you get a tough day, and you get a tough week, and you get a tough year, but you help about 50, 60 people move out and move in. That's about 120 people I help in a year. I mean, that's a lot of happiness during the, yes, it's a long hours. It's like it's 7 to 10 p.m. at night. It's crazy hours, but you have to work with your time. Gym, 6 o'clock in the morning. That's my time. Between 10 and 5 a.m., it's my time. It's my family time. Sundays is my time. I don't have my phone on Sunday. And some people call you. Sorry, it's Sunday. Yeah. And we get information. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. Sorry, it's holiday, but can I talk to you? I love it.
That's right. Middle of Melbourne Cup when the horse race is running. Because I've heard great things customer service wise from you, amazing things from there. A lot of people rave about how great your customer service is. So it is great to finally talk to you about that.
Thank you.
What about those hard times when you suffer a defeat or something bad happens at work? How do you recover?
Milton, I lost 6 appraisals in the last 10 days. 6. Yeah. I know. So I should really go hide somewhere in a dark room. But really important. I'm finding this industry where the market is, the loyalty has diminishing.
Yeah, agreed.
So it's phenomenal. And you speak with a client for 5, 10 years, and suddenly for $2,000 they go to another agent. Not all of them. But then you go, okay, well, I helped one client. You lose 5 or 6, And the million dollar boot camp is more helping me not to lose that many.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's like anything. It's like falling down and getting punched, not physically punched, life punch. You get punched down, you get held down, but you say, I have to get up, because if I don't get up, my kid's not going to eat. And you got to get up. You got to get up, because not about paying bills. It's basically, I'm doing this for my family, because I come from a very poor country, and not the best family I grew up in back home. And I want to make sure my kids are number one. So everything happened is you got to get up. But you got to learn from the lesson too. I lost 6. Why did I lose 6? Why? And some of them I didn't get called. Some of them I know them. They call someone else. And sometimes my fault. Sometimes I didn't really understood how to qualify the client. And you learn from those lessons. But the defeat, yes, you get punched every day. Basically every day. I do 300 calls a day. Sometimes I don't want to do a 1 call. And so I don't do it. If I don't do a call. But I do lots of calls. So the best answer to the question is you got to get up. And if you lost 1 person, that's fine. I'll do another 10 calls and I'll book another appointment. But you can't just go and call the client and sound like someone has died.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll pick up on it. So you wake up, go for a run, go forever, go to the gym, spend half an hour doing something. Steer away from the coffee, whatever it is, just do something, jump on the spot, do some push-ups, and say, okay, no one died in my life. I got a house, my family's great, my kids are amazing, and close your eyes for a little bit, just say, okay, well, I seen my kids smile when they see my dad, bang, into it again, and into it again, and into it again. And I booked 3 appraisals. After that defeat, I booked 3 appraisals.
Beautiful.
And that's how I come by. So I'm blessed having a bit of a strong mind because of what I've been through in my life.
Yeah, that's right. I like it. You put it into perspective, which is great. You have obligation to your family, which, as even Aaron Sansoni will tell you, you need to be obligated to someone, because often we won't do it for ourselves. And the other thing I'd noticed too, which is a similar thing in sport, which I'm constantly telling my boys as well, when you make a mistake, it's not about the mistake, is it? It's about the recovery. It's about how you make up for that mistake. What you do next is the key. And that's one of the things to personal development wise, improving yourself dramatically in life. The next things you do in the next 10, 15, 20 minutes determines whether you're going to be extremely successful or just successful or not successful at all. Don't you agree?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, well, what's the strangest or funniest thing you've seen or happened to you in real estate? Have you seen any odd things go on?
I think that was like my first year. I was selling an investment property, and the vendor said the tenants won't be there. I confirmed the tenants wasn't going to be there, and I walked in, and there was a bit of a how you doing in the bedroom just before they opened for inspection. So that was a little bit too much for me.
Timing.
So I had to shut down the whole open, and because to get them out, it was like 3, 4. The other rooms are filled with, there was tenants everywhere, and the vendor didn't even know it was used as like a boarding house. But look, real estate is interesting. You meet a lot of people. So number one, to me, I had to be tough. Tough is no one can hurt my feeling now because I'm in control of my feelings. So if someone had a go at me, they had a bad day. They had a bad day, and they're getting squeezed like an orange. You squeeze an orange, something will gonna come out. That's what comes out. So if someone says, I don't like the way you talk, that's fine. Thank you very much. Let's move on. There's enough good people in this world to deal with. You lose the deal here, you lose the deal here. It's irrelevant. There's a lot of good people to take the pressure of bad people. But real estate is interesting. Every day it's something interesting happening. Something interesting. You get good clients, you got bad clients, you got this. It's just crazy. People walk in and they just have a go at you. They open for inspection because the other agent before you was just totally a bad person, but you're culprit, and that's the thing.
Yeah, you certainly do, don't you? You need thick skin in real estate. All right, to just finish off, Namir, we'll just do some quick lightning round questions.
Yes.
So just quick answers. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Be humble.
Be humble. Very good. What's one of your personal habits that you feel strongly contributes to your success?
Consistent.
Being consistent. And you're very systemized too, aren't you? So you follow those systems really well. What piece of technology or equipment or app can't your business live without, do you think?
Phone.
Yeah.
Phone.
That mobile phone.
Yes.
How do you prove to your clients that you'll do a better job than anyone else?
You can't show them that. It's very hard. Talk is cheap.
Yeah.
So I show them past videos, experience, options, testimonials. Come to my auction, see how I work. I think that's the best way. That's the best way. Past results. They can call any vendor I have, past vendor. They can call them.
Yeah.
It's no problem. Yeah.
Very good. Do you have any bad habits?
I eat a lot. Chocolate. Yeah.
It makes you happy.
Yeah. No. It makes me fat too.
Those endorphins. No wonder you have to go to the gym all the time, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any favorite sport that you like to play or watch?
Well, soccer. And MotoGP. I do a bit of a racing on the track. Not professional, just like for hobby.
Yeah.
I did crash my bike, scared the crap out of me, but I'm back on it again. Yeah. Well, those two really loves me. And UFC, I love UFC. I actually adore UFC. It's crazy. These guys have lots of spirit. Yeah.
They need to be fit, those guys, don't they?
Yeah,
and strong.
Absolutely.
What things do you do to motivate yourself?
I watch 5 motivational videos a morning.
Right.
While I'm in the gym. 5.
Interesting.
Constantly. My data, I had to upgrade my phone data because I love that.
I bet you did. And finally, anyone that you recommend we should have on this podcast?
Not sure, but if something comes to mind, I'll email you definitely.
Yeah, that sounds great. And lastly, what's your best kept secret?
Family.
Yeah.
Family. It's not a secret, but it's a family.
Yeah.
No one replaces a family.
Yeah, agreed. And like you say too, when anything bad happens, as long as your family's healthy and well, and you're healthy and well, that's the most important thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Once that changes your whole life when that happens.
Absolutely.
Right, mate. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It was great.
No worries. Yeah,
we'll
appreciate it, man.
You again soon. Good on you.
See you soon. Good man. Bye-bye.
Bye, mate.
Thank you for listening to Millionaire Agents Secrets. Want 5 times more listings? Go to www.miltonplayer.com for a free cheat sheet.